Have you ever wondered, why do I study so much but still don't feel any smarter? You might have heard that to become smart, you need to study for 12 years in school, 4 years in college, and another 6 years in graduate school. But is that really the case? To become smart, you don't need to lock yourself in the library every day or grind through lectures for years. Becoming smart isn't something out of reach. In fact, it's much easier than you think if you follow the right approach. Today, I'll show you some fun and practical ways to get smarter quickly. And you won't believe how simple these methods are. Let's dive in. 1. Read books, the true way to expand your knowledge. Reading books, especially nonfiction, is one of the most effective ways to expand your knowledge. You might think that reading is only for bookworms, but in reality, it's the simplest way to learn. And if you're worried about coming off as showing off when sharing knowledge, just remember one thing: don't make others feel inferior. When you read a history book, you'll be able to easily participate in conversations without worrying about becoming the one who talks too much. For example, did you know humans and gorillas have a fascinating evolutionary history? In fact, we didn't just evolve from apes, we coexisted with many other human species. The key here is to share your knowledge naturally and humbly, instead of trying to teach others. But is there a special way to upgrade your vocabulary and communication skills without having to read tons of books? Absolutely, and I'll reveal that right now. 2. Read fiction, a solution to boost vocabulary and expression skills. If you want to improve your communication and expand your vocabulary, nothing works better than reading fiction. Fiction not only helps you develop faster reading skills but also makes you feel like you're surrounded by a group of friends. Reading a lot will help you understand human psychology better and interact more effectively in conversations. When you read about characters in novels, you're not only learning to understand human emotions, but also improving your communication skills. You'll learn how to use words skillfully and express yourself confidently without making others feel uncomfortable. But is reading novels enough to truly enhance your communication skills? And do you know that there are other ways to help you communicate more naturally and engagingly? Let's explore this further in the next section. 3. Apply knowledge in practice. The most important thing when learning a skill is practice. You can't become smart just by reading books or watching instructional videos. You need to apply that knowledge to real-life situations. For example, you can read a book about how to clean a room, and then immediately start cleaning your room. You'll be surprised at how well you remember the effective cleaning tips simply because you practice them right away. But if you can't apply what you've learned immediately, is there a way to still retain the knowledge for the long term? The answer is yes, and it's a simple yet incredibly effective method. Let's discover it now. 4. Imagine and visualize. When you can't practice right away, a fantastic way to practice is by imagining. Visualize a real-life situation where you need to use the skills you've learned. For example, if you're learning how to jumpstart a dead car battery, instead of just reading about it, imagine yourself doing it. Visualize the entire process from start to finish, and it will feel like you've actually practiced it. This will help you retain the information longer and perform it confidently when the time comes. Have you ever tried using your imagination to learn a new skill? And did you know that this method can double your ability to remember compared to traditional techniques? Let's dive into this more in the next section. 5. Learn how to use the most effective tools. When you want to learn quickly and efficiently, don't forget the most powerful learning tools: textbooks. Textbooks have the advantage of providing information in a systematic way and include lots of practice exercises. This helps you not only understand the knowledge but also apply it to real-life situations. Although it's not as exciting as watching YouTube videos or reading blogs, textbooks are the optimal tool for effective learning. They offer no distractions and help you access information in a clear and thorough way. But are there other learning methods that can help you study effectively without using textbooks? And do you know that some modern learning tools can completely transform the way you approach knowledge? Let's explore that now. 6. Use the urgency learning method. If you find the material hard to digest, create a sense of urgency in your mind. Like when you're hanging off a cliff and can only be saved if you remember all the parts of a human cell. This sense of urgency will help your brain remember the information better. This method will help you learn more efficiently because your brain will think that the information is very important and needs to be retained. When you feel the pressure, you'll remember things for a much longer time. If you use this method, could you learn twice as fast as with traditional learning techniques? You definitely won't want to miss this section. So, as you can see, becoming truly smart is not as difficult as you think. In fact, by applying these methods, you can learn and improve yourself quickly. Don't be fooled by vague learning methods or misleading hacks for intelligence. Read books, practice, imagine, and make everything meaningful in your life. Becoming smart is not a long and endless journey. It's a process you can start today and feel the change in how you learn and apply knowledge in your everyday life. So, are you ready to change the way you learn? Don't forget to apply these tips today and feel the difference. I wish you all the best in your learning and becoming smarter every day. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe to get more interesting videos. I wish you all the best in your learning and becoming smarter every day. And stay tuned for the next video, where I'll reveal an incredibly simple learning tip you've never thought of.